about you, but I always feel sad when big things sort of close down. You know what I'm saying? Big famous department stores, you know. Over here in the west of London, we had an amazing department store called Whiteley's, which was a rival to the much better known Selfridges way back in the day, say 100 years ago. But sadly, of course, that eventually closed down, has now been turned into flats. So it doesn't matter what association you have, simply the product can run out of steam. And this is what's happened with a much loved, well, in fact, royally attached store. We're talking about Jeeves and Hawkes, which is one of Savile Row's premier tailors. In fact, you needed a lot of money just to go in the door, let me tell you. It was that exclusive. But this is a tailor that has really sort of looked after the likes going way back from 1771 of Lord Admiral Nelson, Sir Winston Churchill, and many others. In fact, they made the boat cloak for the 1953 coronation for our gorgeous monarch of 70 years, Queen Elizabeth II. But now, sadly, it's hit the buffers. That's right. It appears after 271 years on the high street of Savile Row, increased rents, online shopping and just a general taste in clothing have seen the store go into administration, and they're now looking for a buyer. Now, I don't know about you, but this is truly a piece of history. And if somebody did have some money, just imagine what their sort of visitor's book would look like. And yes, they do have one in the vaults. So for that alone, I think it could be worth quite a bit of money. The problem is that obviously things have moved on, and Savile Row isn't the epicenter of men's tailoring as it once was. Everybody who's anybody went there, from David Niven, John Wayne, big stars like Frank Sinatra. Everybody called in for their suits when they were in London. It was the place to go. So right now, if you do have a few spare million and you fancy really stitching up a piece of history, then truly this could be the buy for you. On a serious note though, it will be a shame, won't it, if it does go, because inevitably the brand will live on online. But what about all that magnificent service, the wood-panelled walls, the very debonair shop assistants that looked after you and made you feel incredibly special, even if you were only buying a pair of socks or one of their more cheaper ties? Yeah, that's me. That's what I went in for. But what an experience it was. Hope you don't mind me sharing that story with you, but I just love to share things where you think, gosh, we could lose this forever. And when you think of the history, truly, it would be very much a sad shame. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.